Greetings, fellow programmers. This is Pavel, and this is a C++ exercise for beginners. The assignment simply says that we should write a program that calculates the gross, net, and distributor fee for a movie house. The movie house pays 80% of the gross back to the distributor, which means the profit is 20%. And we will ask the user to enter the name of the movie, the number of adult tickets sold, and number of children tickets sold. All right. Maybe I'm hungry thinking of chicken. Anyway, the adults tickets cost $6. The children tickets cost $3. Use constants for these two values. So for 6 and 3 we will use constant. And the gross profit needs to be calculated, which basically means we will multiply the number of tickets sold for adults, then we will add the sales for the children's tickets, and we'll get the gross sales, and then we will calculate 80% that goes back to the distributor and 20 that is the profit. Now the exercise, this is a simple calculation. The exercise is basically about the output itself and how to format it. This is this sample output. We will ask for the movie, the tickets, and then we will output it neatly formatted into columns like this. Alright, well, let's get going. So I'm going to be including IO stream, since we are going to use cout and cin for user input, and I'm going to do using namespace, the standard one. Alright, so remember they want us to use constant for the ticket price. So the constant will be adult price. That's $6, and it's an integer, but because it's round number, it's 6. And we will do constant integer child price, and that was half, so it was $3. So I'm going to start getting the input. So I'm gonna get a variable called movie. It's gonna be a string. I'll initialize it to empty, and I will ask the cout, please enter the name of the movie, and we will collect the input. So we will do cin, and it's gonna be the movie variable that we pass into it. Since I'm using I need to include string. Now that works now because I'm using a string for the movie, so I need to import the library. Alright, so the next one will be integer adult tickets. How many were sold? I initialize it to 0, and we will ask cout, please enter number of adult tickets sold. And we will again do cin and place the input into our adult tickets variable. And finally, we need integer children tickets, and again I'll initialize it to 0, and we will do cin children tickets. So if I run it now, you will see some little strange behavior. If I enter the movie, let's say I just saw, and it asks for the ticket sold, I'll enter it, and it didn't ask for the children tickets because we forgot, but it's not actually what I meant. I'll show you. So please enter number of children tickets sold. So when I run it, and again, let's just do 11 and 3. Everything's okay, right? Everything seems to be alright. Now, what if I enter a longer movie with 2 words. Let's say I just saw the sequel, so 2. Now, when I present it, all of this is being placed at the same time or displayed, and that's because we collected the string for the movie into our cin, but it collects only up to a space. That's considered like it's not an end of the line, but that's the input that we get, and after that all this is being simply shown right away. In order to collect more than like multiple inputs or the whole line, like several words, we need to get instead of cin, we need to use get line, and it expects 2 parameters. The first, where are we getting it from? So we're getting it from cin, we're getting it from the input, and what do we pass it into? What variable? Well, we pass it to the movie. So it's get line cin movie. In other words, get all the text from the line. And which line? Well, the one that is being displayed. So that's the cin. And what to do with it? Well, place it into a variable movie. So now whatever we entered will be placed into our string movie. So if I run it now, I can get if I do multiple words, you can see that nothing happened. The input was correct for the tickets as well. Nothing broke. So we get the input. So now let's perform the calculations. The first thing we need to calculate is total sales or gross sales, and I'll just call it total sales. And the total sales simply, like I said, are the adult tickets multiplied by the adult price, which is the constant. So how many tickets we sold multiplied by adult price, and we also add, since this is total sales, we'll also add the children's ticket sales. So children tickets multiplied by child price. So that gives us our total sales. And now we can calculate the net profit. So it's gonna be a float because obviously it could be decimal. I'll just call it net profit, and that simply equals, its profit is 20% from the sales. 80% goes to the distributor, 20% is the profit. So basically it's the total sales multiplied by 0.2, 20%. And that's really all we need. I mean, we could also get the fee for the distributor, but that's basically the total sales minus net profit. We don't really need a variable for that. We could, but I'll show you we don't really need it. So alright, so now let's look at the output. The output's supposed to be formatted like that: movie title, adult tickets sold, children, gross profit, net profit, and distributor fee. Alright, so let's do the cout, and okay, if you look at it, this is column move to the left, and then this is to the right, and there's also the dollar signs for the last 3 lines. So I'm going to create for the global output set fill, and I'm gonna set fill with a star, and you'll see why. I mean, it's a little trick. Since we are using these formatting options, we need to include IO manip there. So this is a trick that will enable you to see the spacing easier. So we will do that, and we'll also want to set the precision to 2. In other words, for the total price, the fees and all that, we want decimal places. We want to We don't want to display just, let's say, sales of $100. You want to display 100.00. All right, so that's for all the output, and now let's output the first line. So cout, and this is gonna be to the left. We will set the width based on the longest word and everything. I would say 25 is enough. So let's just set the width to 25, and now we can do the movie title, and we will output the movie and end of line. And on the new line, cout, we'll do it left again, and let's do set width 25, and the text will be adult tickets sold. And that's the first column. Now we want to jump to the second one, and see how these are formatted all neatly to the right. So we need to move the content to the right. So the first column is to the left, and this column will be set to the right because we want to align the numbers in the back. See how they are supposed to be aligned here. So we will do right, and let's set the width, set, and this one 10. That's enough for the numbers. And we will do adult tickets as the output. That was held in the variable, and end of line. Now I'm gonna copy this because I'm gonna basically do the same thing for the children tickets. So it's gonna be children tickets sold, and it's gonna be, instead of adults tickets over here, it's gonna be children tickets. All right, so that's this portion. Now there's the dollar sign that is spaced out from the actual number for the gross profit, net profit, and distributor fee. So I'm still gonna copy paste it there because most of it will be the same anyway. But before that, actually, I'm going to do cout for all three of the outputs. I'm gonna set the fixed to be true. This will make sure that the position is basically fixed. The set precision and the fixed work together to format the output. So, but for these, we don't have to do that because they don't have decimals. These are just the inputs for the tickets sold. These are the calculations, and they could have decimal points, so that's why fixed. And set precision was already set up here. So so we have that, and now we can do the what's the first thing? They want the gross profit. So gross profit. So it's gonna be still left, the same width, so it's nice columns. And over here I will do not adult tickets, but gross profit. Now remember, that's the dollar sign, so I'm gonna do that as the next, and I'm gonna output. Then now the dollar sign won't be next to the right here, we would assume, but remember that this is a width of 25, so this will have a bunch of spaces after that, and then the dollar sign will be printed. So it's gonna be all neatly, all the dollar signs will be neatly organized in a column. So that's the gross profit, that's the set right, and this is gonna be total sales. That's the gross profit for like before giving the fee to the distributor, right? So the next line is gonna be the same. It's gonna be left, and this is gonna be net profit, So this is gonna be net profit, and again we need the dollar sign. And the net profit we saved in our variable called net profit, so net profit. And finally we need the distributor fee. Was it distributor fee? Distribution or distributor? Never mind. So it doesn't matter anyway. So distributor fee, and it's the same formatting. So we'll do the dollar sign, right? And now the distributor fee we didn't calculate, but like I said, it's basically the gross profit minus net profit, right? So we'll place the calculation right into our output. So total sales minus net profit, and that will give us the number that is will be output right here. All right, well, let's run it. And I got some errors. I got double of these, so let's run it again. All right, so enter the name of the movies. So 3 this time. Tickets sold, let's say 11 adult tickets and 3 children's tickets. And see how the fill of what I told you, set fill, it kind of fills the empty spaces, so you can see how the numbers are positioned. Like you can see the dollar signs are neatly under each other. The movie starts where the dollar signs start, so that's good too. And these are a little off. Like the last 3 are correct, they're organized nicely, but this one's supposed to be one more space. And the reason for that is that these are all 25 width. However, these 3 have the dollar sign there. So technically there's an extra character. So what it means is that all we have to do is add that extra character to these 2 numbers. So instead of 25, there will be 26, because to compensate for that $1 sign. So when I run it again, if I do the movies, so 1,000, because it's gonna be probably next summer, and please enter number of tickets sold, adult tickets. So let's say I had 11 before and 3, and now you can see that these are nicely organized. And if you calculate it, so it's 11 times 6 for the adult tickets, plus 3 times 3 is 9 for the children's tickets, so that's 75, multiplied by 0.2 to get the profit is 15. So our net profit is 15. So obviously the distributor fee is 60. 75 minus 15, that's 60. So that's working fine. Now let's do something with the decimals. So we have some decimals there, and so let me run it. So this time I'll do pirates, I don't know, blah blah blah. I don't know any movie right now that I'm watching. So let's sold 12 tickets for the adults and 3 for the children. So now when I come over here and I do 12 multiplied by 6 plus 9 for the children's tickets and multiplied by 0.2 to get the profit, it's $16.20. So obviously 81 for total sales minus 1620 equals 64.80 for the distributor fee. So, and everything seems to be nicely organized in the columns. So when this way, it's visual for you to kind of debug, you know, where the spaces are. But at the end, you want to remove the star and you just want to leave an empty space as the filler. Otherwise it would look kind of strange for the final output. So Powell knows no movies, and so 12 and 3, and here's the final output with the dollar signs like they wanted us. You can compare it over here. Now they have the movie title actually aligned with the numbers, but it cannot really be because it can be under certain circumstances, but not always. Like if the sales were higher, which I show you. All right, let's make the sales higher. Let's say Pavel, blah blah blah, and the tickets sold will be, let's say, 111 and 222. So now the numbers are bigger. So the movies would be still starting here. It would look strange. You cannot really adjust it because the numbers are flexible. They keep moving depending on, you know, how many what the sales are. So that's for I could adjust the movie to start to the right, with like everything else. Wait, let's do that. But then I think it would look actually even stranger. Well, it didn't really do because it's still kind of short. Hold on a second. Because I didn't set the width, of course, that's why. So set width, and for that, for the title, I would say like 20 would be probably appropriate. Otherwise it would be a very short title each time. See how it would well, it kind of starts, but I think it looks a little strange when it starts from this number, you know, the biggest number, rather than, you know, I don't know. It's really up to you how you want to format it, but the way they have it here, it would work only if this is always this kind of output, like 2 digits and period and the 2 decimal places. Then you can align it if it's always the same, but if it fluctuates, then you really cannot. And I think it looks better when it starts where the dollar signs do, but it really doesn't matter what you want to do with it. But I'm gonna delete this and run it one more time just for you, and blah 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 blah. There you go. And that's the final. I'm not doing it anymore. So that's the output, that's the exercise. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't like it, still leave a like, and you can share it, you can comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.